IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel just confirmed it. Prepaid stimulus cards are starting to arrive this week with $5,190 loaded onto them. If you're wondering whether you qualify, how to activate yours, or what happens if you never got one before, stay right here. This affects millions of Americans, especially seniors and Social Security recipients, and there's a September 30th deadline you absolutely need to know about. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to avoid the costly mistakes that left people empty-handed last time. Here's what's happening. The IRS is sending out a new round of prepaid debit cards loaded with $5,190 to eligible Americans. These aren't new stimulus payments, they're catch-up payments for people who missed earlier rounds or had processing delays. Commissioner Werfel announced that cards began shipping this Monday and will continue through the end of September. The cards look like regular debit cards and come from MetaBank. They arrive in plain white envelopes that many people mistook for junk mail during previous rounds. That's why millions of dollars in benefits went unclaimed last time. The IRS learned from that mistake and is now sending clearer packaging and better instructions. This round specifically targets people who fell through the cracks during the chaotic rollout of the original economic impact payments. Many seniors who don't file regular tax returns, people who moved during the pandemic, and anyone with outdated banking information are finally getting their money. Let's break this down into what you need to know. Here's what's changing. The IRS switched back to prepaid cards instead of paper checks for faster delivery. These cards work anywhere Visa is accepted and can be used at ATMs, for online purchases, or in stores. Unlike the previous rounds where cards came with confusing instructions, these include clearer activation steps and a customer service number that actually works. Who it affects. You qualify if you filed a 2019, 2020, or 2021 tax return and didn't receive your full stimulus amount. This especially impacts seniors who don't file taxes regularly, people whose addresses changed during the pandemic, and anyone who had banking issues during the original distributions. Social Security recipients who don't normally file taxes are automatically included if their information is on file with the Social Security Administration. Veterans receiving disability benefits are also covered under this round. How it works. The card comes pre-activated with your full amount already loaded, no waiting periods or additional steps. You can check your balance by calling the toll-free number on the back, going to the MetaBank website, or downloading their mobile app. There's no fee to use it at most grocery stores and major retailers, but some ATMs may charge their own fees, typically between $2 and $4 per withdrawal. When it starts, cards started shipping Monday, September 18th, with priority given to seniors and Social Security recipients. Most urban areas will receive cards within 10 to 14 business days, but rural areas might take up to 3 weeks due to mail delivery schedules. The IRS is sending approximately 4 million cards in this batch alone. Here's what you should do right now. First, watch your mail closely over the next 3 weeks. Don't throw away any envelope that doesn't look familiar. These cards come in plain packaging that might include the IRS logo, but could still look like marketing mail. Second, if you moved since 2021, file a change of address with the Postal Service immediately. The IRS is using your last known address from your tax return, and postal forwarding only lasts 12 months for most mail types. Third, if you think you qualify but haven't filed taxes recently, you can still file a simplified return to claim missing stimulus money. The IRS has tools on their website to help you figure out what you're owed. Use the Recovery Rebate Credit form if you're filing for missing payments. Fourth, once you get your card, activate it right away using the phone number or website printed on the sticker. The card works immediately after activation. Use the card within 12 months. After that, the funds may be returned to the Treasury, and you'll need to jump through more hoops to get your money. You can withdraw cash at most ATMs, but be aware that some charge fees. Most major retailers accept the card just like any Visa debit card. If you're caring for elderly parents or family members, help them watch for these cards. Seniors are most likely to accidentally discard them, especially if they're dealing with memory issues or simply don't recognize the official-looking envelope. Here's what makes this frustrating. The government has owed this money to millions of Americans for over 2 years. Many seniors have been struggling with inflation that's eaten away 20% of their buying power since 2021, while their rightful stimulus money sat in government accounts earning interest for the Treasury. Some people are just now getting money they should have received in 2020 when they desperately needed it to pay rent, buy medications, or keep food on the table. This isn't charity or a government handout, it's money that was already allocated to you by Congress. You've watched prices skyrocket for groceries, gas, and prescriptions while your stimulus sat in bureaucratic limbo. That $5,190 could have helped you months or even years ago when you needed it most. Meanwhile, the government collected interest on your money while you struggled to make ends meet. The most infuriating part? This same scenario played out with previous stimulus rounds, yet the system still failed millions of people. It shouldn't take a special announcement from the IRS commissioner to get Americans the money Congress approved for them years ago. Here's your critical deadline. September 30th is when the IRS stops sending paper checks for unclaimed stimulus money. After that date, you'll need to file an amended tax return to claim missing payments, which takes much longer and often requires professional help. If you haven't received your card by October 15th, call the IRS immediately at their dedicated stimulus helpline. Don't wait until tax season. Also, if you moved and didn't update your address, do it this week. Cards sent to old addresses may be returned as undeliverable, and getting a replacement can take months. The Postal Service only forwards government mail for a limited time, so don't assume your card will find you automatically. One more crucial point. If you received previous stimulus payments, but they were less than the full amount you qualified for, you might still be eligible for these catch-up cards. Check your 2021 tax return or your IRS account online to verify what you actually received versus what you should have gotten. Bottom line, $5,190 stimulus cards are arriving this week. They come in plain envelopes from MetaBank, and you need to watch your mail like a hawk. Don't let this money slip through the cracks like it did for millions of people last time. Money that could pay for months of groceries or prescription medications. If this helped you understand what's happening and what to do next, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss updates on Social Security, Medicare, or other benefits that directly affect your financial security. Drop a comment if you receive your card. I want to hear how the process goes for real people dealing with real situations. Next week, I'm covering the new Medicare changes taking effect in October that could save you hundreds on prescription costs, plus the little-known Social Security loophole that's closing in December. You won't want to miss either of these updates.